Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Taylor and Ridge root for Steffy's divorce? Finn loses support over Luna. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, could end up rooting for Steffy Forrester's Jacqueline McSins's Wood divorce. Will John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, lose the support of Steffy's parents once the truth about Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, comes out? Although there have been some serious hurdles in Steffy and Finn's marriage, Ridge and Taylor are glad she found a loyal man who's repeatedly come to her rescue. Finn's most recent life-saving effort came when he saved Steffy from Luna's cage. After all, Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton, waffling, Taylor and Ridge are certainly happy that Finn hasn't strayed to another woman, at least so far. Hope Logan's Annika Noel pursuit of Finn wasn't reciprocated, so no one can hold that against him. That said, Finn comes with a lot of family baggage due to all the Sheila Sharp, Kimberlin Brown, difficulties over the last few years. Once the Luna paternity mess blows up, B&B spoilers suggest it'll bring growing concerns for Ridge and Taylor. Will Taylor and Ridge decide they can no longer stay on Team Finn? Could this lead to one or both of Steffy's parents thinking she's better off with Liam? It's easy to see why Ridge and Taylor might withdraw their support of Finn and Steffy's marriage under the circumstances. This Luna news might push Taylor and Ridge over the edge when it comes to how much they're willing to tolerate in their daughter's relationship. Of course, Ridge and Taylor might decide they don't want Steffy back with Liam either in the end. Taylor and Ridge might insist there are plenty of fish and urge Steffy to find some other hunk she can spend her future with instead. Regardless, if Finn ultimately wants to reconnect with Luna, that could seal his fate when it comes to Steffy's family pushing her toward a divorce. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Ridge and Taylor will reel over what's ahead, so stick with us for more predictions on the aftermath of Luna's paternity updates. Steffy's trauma comes back after Finn's dark secret comes out after February 11. Bold and at the beautiful. Steffy thinks she's past that dark day. She has no idea that it could come back to haunt her. On the Tuesday, February 11 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy recalled the horrifying moment when Luna caged her up. She has no idea that her trauma could rear its ugly head yet again. It's now the morning after. Steffy, Jacqueline McSins's Wood, and Finn, Tanner Novlin, enjoyed their wedding anniversary. It was everything they dreamed of and more. Steffy feels closer to her husband. She can't tell that he's kept a wedge between them. Finn still hasn't told Steffy that Luna, Lisa Yamada, is his daughter. He doesn't know how to bring it up to her, and Steffy doesn't even know about his history with Poppy Romy Park. This dark secret involves many families. After all, Luna is no longer Poppy's golden child. She killed 2 men and kept Steffy in a cage. That's not the type of relative you want to welcome with open arms. Finn will have to figure out how to navigate this mess he found himself in. Steffy had to head to work. But first, she paid a visit to her parents. She wanted to know how Ridge, Thorsten Kaye, and Taylor, Rebecca Budig, were doing. They wanted to know how her wedding anniversary went. Ridge didn't want the details. He just hoped that his daughter was happy. Steffy looked in love. She felt good about their rock-solid marriage. However, she knew that Finn had something on his mind. The conversation with her parents shifted to the day when Finn saved her from that cage. Luna threatened to leave her there, as the demolition team would handle the rest. Steffy almost died. Ultimately, Finn saved the day. He broke open the door and rescued her. Steffy refuses to think about that dark day in her life. It still messes with her psyche. Steffy thinks that she doesn't have to worry about Luna again, but it could come back to haunt her sooner than she thinks. At the end of Tuesday's episode, Finn promises Poppy that he will tell his wife the truth. He got a text from Steffy that reminded him that he needed to be honest with her. But the truth hurts, and it could come back to bite him as well. Bill gives Luna a surprising update, and Finn lashes out at Poppy anew. Tuesday, February 11, 2025. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna learns she's had visitors. Taylor, Ridge, and Steffy go over her ordeal with Luna, and Poppy pushes Finn. Finn pours a coffee shirtless and paces the kitchen. He flashes to confronting Poppy with the truth about Luna. Steffy appears and he jumps. She asks what he was thinking about. Moving on, she tells him how much she loves him. He kept her awake with his tossing and turning all night, so she knows something is on his mind. Steffy assures Finn they'll discuss it tonight. She has to get to the office. He kisses her and she leaves. Once alone, Finn asks himself, how do I tell her? How do I tell her Luna's my daughter? At Il Giardino, Poppy learns over the phone that Finn isn't at work yet. She declines to leave a message and disconnects. Deacon refills her coffee cup and asks if she's okay. He's guessing she's had a lot of rough nights, what with everything her daughter's done. He apologizes for how that sounded. He knows she loves Luna despite all of that, but it has to be hard to live with the knowledge that she committed those crimes. Tom and Hollis were good men and good friends of his. Poppy's sorry. Deacon can't help but wonder if Luna had known her father, whether things would have turned out differently. Deacon directs Poppy's attention to the tribute photo of Tom and Hollis. He says Tom had a heart of gold. He thinks it would have made a huge difference in Luna's life if she'd known her old man. Poppy suddenly has to go. At Bill's place, Luna perks up when he walks into the room. She asks him about a tense conversation she overheard him having in his office. He says it was the prison letting him know she's had a couple of visitors. Your mother and Finn. Luna frowns. She's surprised Finn would even want to see her. Luna goes over lie having major issues with her mother, meaning she and Finn never got to hang out much. She looked up to him, though, because he was older. Bill talks about how tough it was for Liam to see Steffy go off with another man, but he gives Finn credit for how he handled it. Luna would love to see him again. Bill reminds her no one can know she's there, including your cousin. Luna guesses he wanted to see her behind bars and assure himself she was no longer a threat. She can't blame him after what she did to Steffy. Bill's glad that Luna can see that she almost cost Finn everything. Thankfully, Steffy is fine, the kids have their mom, and everyone there is doing well. Luna's sure Finn hopes she rots in prison. Bill knows that hurts her. Luna sniffs. She wishes Finn could see her with new eyes somehow. Once alone, Luna flashes to holding Steffy prisoner in the cage and taunting her that she will never see Finn again. Crying, she whispers, I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me one day, cousin. At the Forrester mansion, Ridge hands Taylor a coffee and they kiss. She guesses it's not easy for him, not going into the office every day. He says it's not and remarks on how glad he is that they're living there together until they find something more permanent. She muses, more permanent. I like the sound of that. They kiss. Ridge apologizes again for her having to listen to Brooke last night. Taylor meant what she said. She's confident in him and their love for each other. She loves the sound of a permanent future more and more. They kiss and canoodle. Steffy arrives and interrupts the canoodling session. Taylor asks how it went with Steffy's anniversary last night. Steffy beams. She says she and Finn put everything aside and focused on each other. Taylor and Ridge marvel over how Steffy and Finn's relationship began in the hospital. She knew then he was the man she'd spend her life with. Steffy remarks on them finding their way back to each other. Ridge reflects that Steffy and Finn overcame a lot. They talk about Luna abducting Steffy and nearly taking her life. They're glad she's behind bars. Steffy declares that's where she'll stay for the rest of her life. Steffy will never forget being in that cage, so close to death with Luna at her craziest. They marvel that Finn never gave up. He moved heaven and earth to rescue her. Thankfully, we never have to worry about Luna again.